Lost almost everything. Three of my largest companies went bankrupt. My net worth was 1,000 crores, 1,000 crores, 1,027 crores. My default was 1,852 crores. Climbing every mountain, I was actually dead again. 30, I genuinely thought I was world's smartest guy. I walked out of the board meeting and said goodbye to a government job. And with 5,000 rupees, started Aavishkaar. Now, this is 2001, ladies and gentlemen. 2001, nobody knew. There were 3 or 4 funds listed. There was Gujarat Venture Fund Limited, whose CEO was on my board. And I had not met a rich guy by then. I met a lot of government guys, but never a rich guy. So I asked this gentleman, GVFL CEO, sir, where do you find rich guys who will give me money? He said, yaar, tu ya Bombay ja ya Delhi ja, don't sit in Ahmedabad. So I had a Maruti 800, I drove to Bombay and started sending, Google had arrived, so I started sending emails everywhere. There's a gentleman called Anant Nageshwaran, who currently is the chief economic advisor. He happened to be a banker in Singapore. Called back and asked me to come to Singapore. I said, I don't have the money. So he sent me a to and fro ticket. Then I said, where will I stay? So he offered his house and basically committed, the group of people in Singapore committed $100,000. I created a fund, identified microfinance, became the largest investor in microfinance. And in 2010, 17 October 2010, Aavishkaar was the world's best performing fund. My IRR was 166%. My $18 million was worth some 178 or $200 million. And then happened 18th October. 18th October. Happened 18th October. 18th October, I can never forget. Andhra Pradesh government passed a law saying microfinance is illegal. And from 18 million to 166 million, I came back to 18 million in one day. Lost almost everything. 3 of my largest companies went bankrupt. They were all going for IPO. All the 3 were lined up for IPO. November, January, and March. And so 18 October happened. Lost everything. And then I was very convinced that I'm still so good that I found a small microfinance company in Calcutta which was going bankrupt. We bought this for 12 crores and then scaled it up to 6,000 crore in 2020. I was raising $300 million. I did a reverse auction, $1.2 billion bids came. We identified some of the world's best names as our investors. And 16th March 2020 was a transfer of capital. 9th March, I get a call from the lead investor saying, hey guys, have you heard of something called COVID? Our portfolio in Abu Dhabi, our portfolio in Europe has been decimated. We are unable to make sure how would India react if COVID arrives. And well, so can we ask for a 3-week standstill? Being an investor, I know when an IC says standstill, it can mean a very deep standstill. So 23rd March, Pradhan Mantri stage pe chad ke bole ki bhai Bharat band. And so on 21st November 2020, moratorium got over and 90 days get over. Anybody in finance will understand 90 days when you actually assess what is your non-performing asset. My net worth was 1,000 crores, 1,000 crores, 1,027 crores. My default was 1,852 crores. So after 20 years of hard work, after climbing every mountain, I was actually dead again. And it took us 2.5 years to come out of that death valley. And June was the first month we went back to full profit, so 25 crore profit in month of June. This year we'll do 250 crores. Next year, hopefully 480 crores. But in my life of 22 years, I have seen so many failures personally, not in my investee companies. I have lots of other gruesome stories of my investee companies. But my own story is equally gruesome, so I thought I'll let you know. The only thing that actually keeps you alive is one, be very self-aware. The day actually it happened, I knew that we are going to be dying. I absolutely went into survival mode. Because one of the things I always remember that if you don't survive, you won't be able to create any value. So I'm a great survivalist. And so I did everything possible to survive. हमारे बहुत सारे employees हैं. I had to pay 100 crores every month as salary. So we had to do all हम होंगे कामयाब over video. You have to sing and do all kind of stupid stuff. But we did all that because I realized if we don't act like a hero at that point of time, you won't be around 2 years down the line when things will turn. So that's broadly my story and my learnings of failure. Three things. One, be very self-aware of who you are. Second, give stress, don't take stress, because if you are actually going to take stress, you will be dead, and your death is not going to help anyone. So try to stay alive. And the third thing, try to stay alive and keep your head up as far as possible, because people do not like to hear sob stories.